Good day, everyone. Once again, let's study endgame. This time it's bishop and knight and king versus king and how to checkmate using these two minor pieces. And it's difficult to checkmate the king using bishop and knight. This is the most difficult piece to use if you're gonna checkmate your opponent's king. But there's a W pattern that we can learn here. It's more difficult if the king is in the middle of the board. At the same time, if the king is in the corner opposite color of the bishop. So we have to bring this king anywhere here. So let's go for that one. You may pause the video if you want to analyze it more. So let's study this one to serve as our guide once we encounter this kind of situation. I know it's difficult, but let's do our best to learn from this simple lesson. So the first move of white here is let's go bishop f5. At least let's corner the king going here on h1. Then knight on f4, king g8. Although we are playing white here, we will do our best not to corner the black king. So knight g6, king h7, and bishop to avoid the king to go back on g8. So king h6, bishop. So we have to cover the h7 square. So king h5, knight e4 or knight e5, king h4. So your king has to follow the king. If you cannot oppose the king, you have to make sure this pattern, the L pattern. Knight g4, king f3, and bishop c4. So after bishop c4, the cover square is this one. The king cannot go here because of the bishop and cannot go on e3 because of the knight, and f2 of course because of the knight. So king g3, king g5, king f3, and now little by little or gradually, let's cut the space of the king here. Let's move, and then king h3, king f4, king h4. Let's avoid to go in the corner. Knight here, and now it's forced to go on h3. Now h2, king f3, king g3, king h1, and that would be a checkmate. So I gotta show you different position. So this one, same idea. The king is not in the middle, but in the other side of the corner, opposite color of the bishop. So let's try to force the king to go here on a8. So knight e5. Let's just find the right square to cut the square. And king c7, attack the bishop. However, the king cannot capture bishop because of the knight. So let's see how the king moves towards the black king. King a7. And after of that, this king has no way to go out here because of the king, the white king, and the bishop on c6. So forced to go back, knight f7 to target the d6, and this is very important, the c8 square. And then now almost to get checkmate here. And after of that, knight c8 check, and that is a checkmate.